Have you ever had an amazing idea and just wished you could snap your fingers and bring it to life? Well, today we're diving into an AI tool that gets pretty darn close. We're talking about turning your words into detailed plans, absolutely stunning images, and even professional level photo edits. Let's get right into it. Seriously, just think about that for a second. What if your wildest idea, a super detailed travel plan or a fantasy scene that only exists in your head, could pop into existence just by typing it out? That is the incredible power we're going to explore today. So, the tool making all of this magic happen is Google Gemini. You can think of it as this super powerful but really easy to use AI that's totally changing how we create things, right from our computers and phones. Now, you've probably heard of ChatGPT, right? It's amazing for text, conversations, writing emails, that kind of thing. But what makes Gemini a real game changer is that it takes those awesome language skills and smashes them together with really powerful tools for making and editing images, all in one place. Okay, so let's start with something practical. Let's say you want to plan a trip, but you have no idea where to even begin. We're going to ask Gemini to be our own personal travel planner. Now, what's really important to see here is how specific we're being. We're not just saying, plan a Goa trip. Nope. We're giving Gemini a role, act as a professional travel planner, and we're telling it exactly what we need. Locations, times, veggie food, shopping spots. The more detail you give it, the better the result's going to be. And would you look at that? Gemini comes back with this perfectly laid out day-by-day itinerary. It hits the key sites, suggests markets, and it even remembered to include that list of vegetarian restaurants. I mean, this isn't just a couple of ideas. It's a real, actionable plan that would have taken hours to research on our own. Okay, planning is useful for sure, but this next part, this is where things get truly mind-blowing. Let's jump into how Gemini can create completely original images from, well, nothing but a sentence. So we're giving it a prompt for something that definitely 100% does not exist in the real world. A monkey in traditional Indian clothes running a tea stall in Delhi. This is a serious test of its creative horsepower. And boom, just look at that. It's not a cartoon, it's a stunningly realistic scene. The way the light hits, the little details on the cart, the crowd in the background. All of that was generated from that one sentence. This is what we're talking about. But hey, what if you don't want realism? Well, check this out. By just adding 3D Pixar style to the exact same prompt, you get a totally different result. This charming animated scene. The big takeaway here is that you have real artistic control just by changing a few words. All right, so here are a few pro tips for you. If you want a widescreen image, like for a YouTube thumbnail, just add 16:9 to your prompt. Now, do keep in mind some advanced features like that might be part of the paid version, but the most important rule, it applies to everyone. Just like with our travel plan, the more detail you give it, the better your final picture will be. And now for what might be the most powerful feature of all. Seriously, forget complicated software. Let's see how we can edit our own photos using nothing but simple text commands. So here's our starting point. It's a pretty standard photo, nothing fancy, but we're about to completely transform it, and we're only going to use our words. First up, let's change the outfit. It's just a simple, direct command. We're not clicking on anything, we're not using any tools, we're just typing what we want to see. And there it is. The AI intelligently figured out where the clothing was and just swapped it out, keeping my face, my hair, and the background completely untouched. It's seamless. Okay, that was pretty cool. Let's take it a step further. We're going to ask it to completely replace the background with something a lot more luxurious. Pretty impressive, right? The background is totally changed. But if you look closely, the lighting on me doesn't perfectly match the warm lighting of the room. It looks just a little bit fake. So can we fix that just by talking to it? Yup, this is where Gemini feels less like a tool and more like a collaborator. We just tell it what's wrong. Now that is incredible. It understood the instruction and adjusted the warm tones and the shadows on me to blend perfectly with that new background. It honestly looks like the photo was actually taken there now. All right, let's add one final professional touch. We're asking for that nice background blur. The kind you get with a fancy DSLR camera lens. And there you have it. We went from a simple selfie to a professional-looking portrait with a new outfit, a new location, perfectly matched lighting, and a blurred background. All of it done with just a handful of text prompts. Just think of the possibilities for your social media, for marketing, or even just for having some fun. So you've got a powerful planner, an illustrator for your wildest ideas, and a conversational photo editor, all right at your fingertips. The only real limit, truly, is your own imagination. So the question is, what are you going to create first?